Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to sunny day at Autodromo Vallelunga, just north of Rome, home of Simulazioni and a bunch of other races. I am Ilya Bawanski, joined by Matthew Ruda in the commentary box.
Hey, what's up guys? I love your Italian pronunciation.
Anyway, we are starting the new season tonight. We have a 20-lap feature race. You can see the weather details on your screen. This is the club circuit at Vallelunga, classic circuit, one of those. Anyway, this would be the first week out of 8 this season. We are staying in Mazda, and regarding the season, we are starting at Vallelunga. The race was held July 17th. Yeah, we're almost not late.
Next, slightly. I might not be allowed to race in this series, but I can still commentate and remark on how late you are.
Next, we are traveling not too far away to Circuit of Monza, and then we continue our Italian trip at Mugello at the end of July. Then we continue to Germany, Nürburgring a week later. This would be the GT circuit, and one of the strangest on the calendar, to be honest, but we'll see. Next, we continue our European tour at Silverstone on August 14th. This would be the same circuit we ran last season, the shortened one. And then we go to the Zandvoort, I believe, Belgian Zandvoort, which makes its debut in the calendar.
Zandvoort's Belgian? I thought it was Dutch.
I don't know, one of those. Then the legendary Bathurst will hold penultimate race of the season at the end of August. And we are finishing the season in sunny Barcelona early September. That is the season this time around.
Hopefully nobody has any motorbikes at Barcelona. It could get ugly. As we see, the qualifiers from Heat 1. Sharkey taking the pole from Cone Dodger. Savatis in third. Gem Knight. Sebi, Rebel Cowboy. Ooh, pretty good from Rebel Cowboy there. Powers to 440. And Carson, Mach 1 Fireman. And Mr. Tommy's, a new boy.
The new guy, yes, these guys qualified from Heat 1, and from Heat 2, Maestro Ponchik won the race and will be starting alongside Sharkey. Biker, the new face, took second place, followed by Holy Moose, Cal PC200, Magneto S, me, Les Cubes, 2-5, Noah, and D-Jump. This time around, not 9, but 10 people qualified from Heat races into the feature.
So, that was English apparently. What I was trying to say, normal person speak, was we have a full field of 20. Should be interesting. Should be some tight racing. Hopefully? Question mark? Didn't have a lot of it last time. Let's see if we get any in this season. I do like the track selection, though. A mix of some rather classic tracks. Nürburgring I'm not so sure about, but Zandvoort and Bathurst should definitely be fun.
And as I said, we are staying in ND Miata 2016 spec in a 2-liter straight 4 with 160 brake horsepower, 0 to 100 eventually, 100 to 0 rarely, with a 6-speed gearbox in which 6th gear is never used and weighs just a bit over a ton plus whatever ballast you have. And if you're Sharkey, you probably have another Miata strapped to the back of yours.
Pretty much another season in the Miata instead of the NSX or the Alpha, or I can go on. Anyway, we're on the grid now. Everyone's lined up. I got a little confused by the heat thing. Is there a gap there between the green and red car on the left-hand side?
Yes, I believe somebody is not making the grid. I think it's in Corsa, and I'm not too sure, as we have red lights. We're about to go racing in the season opener in Vallelunga. Let's go green, cars go off the field, and there is a bit of a calamity there. A new feature this season, manual start, so people have to actually hold the clutch and release the clutch as the lights go green. That ensures some calamity. I think someone slammed the wall trying to avoid the stall car on the grid. People go in towards the first bend, which is not a real corner, but it still makes for some good racing. As car make it through the corner, somebody is off the track. I think it's Rebel Cowboy. And I think let's keep facing the wrong direction. As cars are facing the first corner, Sharkey is in the lead, followed by Condodger. Maestro Ponchik is challenging him for second right here.
Yeah, better be careful.
Right
Maestro will push him off the track.
Biker is down to 5th.
Yeah, and Carson dropped way back, really bogged the start. Rebel Cowboy.
I think Carson didn't make the start. He's still on the pit lane. I think he's just starting the race.
Good call. Rebel Cowboy fell back quite a bit from well, it was a decent starting position from him.
I think a few cars encountered some sort of issue in the first two corners at Curva Grande there. As Maestro tries to dodge a little bit, Cone tries to stay alive as there is more calamity behind. I think PC got turned around by someone. And you see Piker and Servatis gets tagged. Servatis goes down on Piker. Nowhere to go really. Servatis got turned around. A lot of calamity in turn 1. People are rusty. There were 2 weeks in between the seasons. And people are just getting back used to the racing here as Carl and Piker go side by side very tight. As we head on to lap 2 out of 20.
I'm quite surprised. I mean, yeah, I understand 2 weeks of rust, but I mean, they're driving what is essentially a Vespa with a little bit more metal and 4 wheels. Wouldn't have expected this much calamity, but then again, we do have a few new people. Not putting the blame on them quite yet, although that incident with Piker, I mean, there was almost only one way to call that. Unless you're a Piker fan.
To be honest, Piker had nowhere to go. Servatis kind of chopped him off a little bit. As in Carson being a lap down, trying to let everybody by, it's hard to do because people are going too wide wherever possible. As we see a replay of the start from the back of the field here, as we see Mr. Thomas and Rebel Cowboy.
Boy. Oops.
And that's where people lost some places. Just the 3 wide at the start.
Yeah, it looks like Thomas was trying to go for an overtake. It was clean and clear. Rebel came a little bit, but then again, there wasn't all that much track there. You can see right here, Thomas going for the overtake. Rebel gets triggered, hits Thomas, who rebounds off into.
As we see, Les Cubes and 2-5 had their own crash. Oh,
that
3 people
one puckered my nutsack.
barely avoided Les sliding. As we see another one from perspective of Rebel Cowboy. Yeah, a lot of people just changing place. I think someone walked down at the start.
Yeah.
You see him bouncing around. He actually saves it for a bit, goes onto the grass. People have to avoid Les Cubes as D-Jump cuts around to avoid Les Cubes, and that sends Rebel sliding even further, facing the wall and their own direction.
Well, I mean, there was some grass to be mowed out there as we see a replay of the Servatis Piker incident. Servatis comes down a bit on Piker, and then Piker hits him again. I'm not quite sure about that.
We see moves there. Oh, Servatis with a bit of a questionable rejoin in the middle of traffic.
Well, thread the needle between the two of them. No one got hit in the end, so I guess it's clean enough.
As I guess it's more of an avoidance than good rejoining.
Shh. As we see Piker trying to take Carl PC. Is this going to be the outside? Yes, but is he going to go off the track? Yes. Taking the Master Ponchik line there. Completely ignoring track limits. And oh! That's not how you take the corner. Nice control, though, in the end. Covering the car. Yeah.
I believe Assetto is still trying to let the field through being a lap down.
Well,
as Noah cuts off Servatis here, as Servatis tries his best to stay on the track for more than 5 seconds. Almost tries to go around Noah, and Carson is holding back Mr. Thomas and goes off the track to avoid the cars behind him.
Yeah, and Carson is basically the Esteban Gutierrez of this series right now. I'm actually shocked. We have cars close together. Something we didn't see at all last season. We're getting some of it now. It's quite interesting. It's quite frantic, though, I gotta say. Difficult for everyone to try and thread themselves through, well, very aggressive drivers. And there's still the pit stop to come, though, and that could throw a whole bunch of other variables into the works.
That is very true.
I can't remember for last season. Tires, are they a thing here?
They are a thing, and they are more of a thing this time around, because the pit stops have been adjusted in the recent update. Now it takes 20 seconds more realistically for the crew to change your tires, because 4 lug nuts, and they actually have to work on the pit lane. So the pit stops are much slower this time, as I guess Mr. Thomas and Noah. Mr.
Thomas pulling a Nico Rosberg there, just deciding, hey Noah, you're gonna move, and I'm gonna pass you.
Being a rookie, not a lot of side-by-side action in his career, I assume. We see Powers
or Nico's for that matter.
Powers 240 fighting for the top 10 right about now. Nice run by Powers so far. Right behind 2-5 here, as there is a little bit of train forming in the midfield.
Yep, the truly train forms in earnest. Although we got a bit of excitement going on back behind them.
Did jump and magnitude.
Nobody's crashing though.
And I think Servatis is trying to thread the needle between those two.
I wouldn't do that if I were Servatis. He's already had enough calamity. He doesn't need any more trying to be cute and crazy. Just stick back. Take him if you can, one at a time.
Yeah, for now Servatis is settling behind D-Jump as Master Ponchik is now battling Gemini. Gemini improved a lot since last season, and is actually running for the podium right now. Master Ponchik tries to go round the outside here in Curva Grande. No space for him. He's gotta improvise here, heading into
Oh, God.
Semini.
Master improvising is never a good thing.
Goes inside. Gemini gives him all the space, trying to save both their lives. Goes around the outside. Still side by side because Gemini has a better exit. But there's not a lot of space in the next corner. That's technically Sorate, but that's the fast one across the main circuit. Maestro claims the lead right now. Clean.
And he's within the track limits doing it. It's nice. Very good overtake there from Ponchik. Definitely improved his technique from last year. Last year he would have just punted him off the track and been done with it. So
we see
good on him.
another replay. Carl PC completely misjudging the braking here. Fantastic save by Piker here, being completely destroyed up the rear. Yeah, that's a bit of a questionable braking zone by Carl, as D-Jump misjudged braking. Goes across Mr. Thomas there. Nice avoidance by Mr. Thomas to get the position back.
Yeah, risky moment there, and well, we almost had an up into the ash of Timbo incident. Thankfully, though, in the end, all fair, all square. And, well, I don't know where I was going with that, but, you know, you continue for me.
You're going somewhere. That's good.
I'm going for my beer, that's where I'm going.
As Gemini now chasing Master Ponchik, that's role reversal right here, and Gemini will try to pull a similar move. This time going for the inside line in Curva Grande. Maestro is not given more space than he absolutely needs to, but Gemini will have the inside line going into Simony. Probably gonna be the switcheroo here. Maestro trying to go for the inside here. He is close enough. He is crossing him over, but Gemini is a little bit ahead. He might shut the door on him. That will be very risky because there's not a lot of a gap, but he does that. Gap is big enough, and Master Ponchik has to give up his position, and they switch over once again. Maestro is looking for the inside here. Not enough space clearly, so he backs out of it. In Samafra, probably Tonantino won't be a passing opportunity either. A little bit of narrow braking from Gemini, but he goes wide, and Maestro dives inside. He won't have any speed heading into the essay, but he has the inside line, and I think Gemini just playing safe for now, gives the position.
Yeah, no need to take any risks this early in the race. I mean, you can try. You can also be horrible like YouTube is to me once again. So hit me with a time, baby, and I can count from there.
There'll be 13:02 as we speak, as Carl PC and 2.5 are going side by side. Carl tries to go around the outside, but 2.5 has a better exit, and there is a train behind them of at least 5 cars, all within the draft range of one another, while these two are going side by side into Curva Grande. That can possibly go terribly wrong, as Carl comes down and 2.5 spins them and goes wide himself. I think that one is to blame on Carl. Came down, not enough space, and 2.5 rejoins in the middle of traffic. I think there's D-Jump that had to avoid him. D-Jump, a lot of avoidance in this race, as we see Servatis and Magneto battling it out of Simony. You back with us?
I'm counting, don't worry.
That'll be 13:55:56 right about now. As Magnet tries to throw it up the inside, still side by side, Servatis will have an advantage into Samafaro. Keeps the position for now. I don't think there'll be any crossovers here, since Servatis blocks it on the inside. No chance. Nice overtake, and he'll continue to build from here. While Matt is sound asleep, I'll continue busting my ass off for this commentary. We are in lap 7 right about now as Sharky crosses the start-finish line. There should be probably another 3 laps before we see the pit window opening.
I'm back with you. So the pit window opens in lap 10, you thinking?
Around lap 10. I think people will go for 10 and 10. Maybe someone tries riskier moves, but the first race of the season, people gotta get used to it, so I assume it's gonna be safe. Maybe a couple of laps early. I think the full tank can take 13 laps.
Yeah, that was my next question. So we could realistically have somebody in as early as well. Now, top up the tank, and then run it to fumes to the end. Like you said, I don't think very many people would do that. Maybe if you're around, I don't know, Holy Moose and below, you go and take a punt. You might as
Well,
well at that
as
point.
Holy Moose dives inside, but Mr. Thomas
Nope.
does a fantastic crossover, denying
Oops.
Moose.
Yeah, no, Moose overcooked it. It really wasn't a good overtake. He was, well, way too hot on the brakes. Something that Holy Moose occasionally does. I like him just because I like his name and his logo. It's pretty cool.
Well,
But
gotta
Thomas,
say, that's nice vision by Thomas, letting him
oh,
through
for sure.
and cross them over.
Wise, very wise to the fact. Holy Moose thinks about it again, goes on the inside. Thomas just, well, takes a bit of a defensive line. Not too much, though. Doesn't lose much time. Holy Moose, wow, Holy Moose really wants to get this overtake down. Is he that much faster than Thomas? Did he get shuffled down or something? Because he looks like he's all over his ass.
I don't know, maybe, but he really wants through, and we
Yeah.
see in front of Thomas, Magnet has about 2-second gap, and I assume it's building.
Yeah.
So I think Moose doesn't want to let Magnet run away with it. As we see,
Yeah, it's
Carl.
more about the front than the rear. I mean, Moose has a bit of a gap to Powers behind him. As Carl PC, he's going on the attack now. A little bit further down the order than he probably would have wanted, but as far as I'm aware, he stayed out of a lot of trouble. I haven't seen
Well,
him
there was a bit of a kerfuffle in the
a
beginning.
little, yeah. And having a decent debut behind Rebel Cowboy, who's, gotta say, doing well for what kind of a calamity he was involved in the beginning. It
Yeah,
was
back to
that's quite
17th.
interesting.
Back to 17th, not too far away from 2-5 at this point.
Yeah, no. I mean, everything basically from, well, 10th down really becomes a sort of exercise in who's going to screw up the least. We've seen already people are anxious, people wanting to attack. Holy Moose is, well, great evidence of that. He runs into the back of Tommy, sets 2 free positions if you can keep your car on the road. So the key for them is to not take any risks behind. Maybe try to shake something up in the pit stops, but other than that, run clean, run smooth, and block the hell out of the guy behind you.
That's what Rebel does currently, not allowing Carl through, while trying to keep up with 2-5 up ahead. 2-5 got an incident himself, so he got shuffled down the field as well. So if you manage to hold the draft from 2-5, he can pull you ahead with him.
Yeah, their best bet right now would probably be to actually, a little bit shaky there, but nicely held. Try to form a little bit of a trilogy. We see Servatis going down the inside of some idiot. I wonder what that idiot's thinking right now. Maybe I can block him. Maybe I can't. Maybe my martini livery is not illegal. Is not legal in the Middle East. I don't really know, but I do know it's usually some exciting racing when you're involved because, well, you're very consistent, and it's hard to pass consistent people unless you really throw it up the inside, which I kind of do from time to time. So this should be a bit of an interesting battle.
Servatis looks to the outside, really, which is an interesting strategy. Nowhere to go, so that's pretty much a scare in front of a bigger turn, a bigger passing opportunity. Servatis still looks around the outside.
I would not want to be Sebi right now.
Yeah, basically Sebi has these two right behind him, so probably his best thought would be run.
Yep.
A little bit of brake locking
Anytime
here.
I see Rule 34 behind me, I run. Whoa, that was one. Can you take that corner any tighter?
Servatis goes around the outside, and I think he completes the overtake here. Nice move around the outside. As Magnet will try his luck here, as Servatis goes a bit of a slow exit. Sebi wisely moves out of the way into the pit lane. That was probably a fantastic idea, as Servatis keeps the position, and there are 2 cars behind him. There will be a draft train, as Mr. Thomas might get a bit of a draft as well. Servatis is not in the best of positions right about now.
Did Holy Moose fuck up somewhere, or did he pit? Because he's now behind Sebi.
He's in the pit lane with Sebi and
he
Rebel
has
Cowboy.
pit right next to it. Yeah.
Yeah, Rebel Cowboy is in the pit lane as well.
I'm not used to you adding production values to this, as this battle keeps raging on. Sparked really the overtake by the fact that you took that corner way too tight and let him through, but not giving up, and neither is Magnet. Everybody wants a piece of that Sebi ass. The question is, or Sebi ass? Servatis ass. Asses are wanted everywhere. See, this is why I'm not allowed anywhere near people with names. I get them all wrong all the time.
Yeah, that is true. Servatis pulls a little bit. Cervantes pulls a little bit of
Making
a
you
gap.
struggle with the segues is my favorite part of this.
You struggle with life. Anyway, Mr.
Yes.
Tom is caught up to Magnet, and that might throw some of his plans away as I lock up the brakes once again in that corner. That might be a sign of tires slowly going.
Or driver skill lacking.
That too. As we see Carl PC with no pressure from Moose actually caught up to 2.5 and pressuring him for position right about now. The pit window is upon us as I see a Gem Knight, Piker, me, Magnet, Mr. Thomas, D-Jump all on the pit lane as Carl PC goes on the pit lane as well.
Smart. It's very smart. He's really trying to battle Moose and try to stay ahead of him. No sense in getting stuck behind 2.5. 2.5 is not going to want to let him through. Smart now. Take the pit stop. Take a little bit of the pain now. Use that gap that you've made to... What the hell is that logo? What is on Sharky's car?
That's a whole load of
Is he the anime queen?
Yes, he is.
Oh, Christ.
As we see our leader in a horrible livery, Sharkey, being chased by Cone Dodger here, lap 11.
Yep. It's very close. Sharky... Well, he knows the guy behind him doesn't like to share the top spot. It'll be a matter of trying to segue quickly from that, I see.
Yes, Mr. Thomas is all over Magnet, fighting for position inside. Sebi is behind them, by the way. Both of them jumped Sebi with an overcut. That was a less cubes. And Piker is slow. That's a three-way dance. That's a three-way dance into Sarate. Magnet is ahead. Sebi and Piker will go side by side. Oh my god, this is all of a sudden very tight with a lot of people involved. Sebi keeps the car on track, pressuring Piker a little. I think I see 10 cars within like 5 seconds. That looked like early on.
That looked like Nürburgring 2 years ago, I think. What was it when Sauber spun in the middle of the track? People were just going left and right past it. That was one of those moments.
Rebel and Moose behind Piker fighting for position into the S corner.
Yeah. I keep thinking you're mispronouncing S, but then I remember Italians. They're weird. As this mix of cars which have pitted and not is... Well, that's bullshit because they've all pitted. Still...
Well, Piker... not Piker.
I'm usually here for the technical shit, people, but today I had a long day and I'm slightly inebriated. So you're just getting random Wait, they always get random bullshit. Anyway, Holy Moose taking Rebel Cowboy should be easy peasy done. Moose had a lot of speed in the latter half of that first stint, but he's actually not going to get it done. Wow, I'm surprised. Maybe just playing a little bit safe. No sense in taking yourself out now, or a competitor. Well, taking out a competitor is not necessarily a bad thing. So he's going to dive on the inside here. He's got the run. He's got the inside. He's got the position. One down. Moose resumes the chase for the Thomas.
That's true, and also Les Cubes after his adventures on the previous lap pitted, and he's still in the pit. And Meister Ponchik and Meister Ponchik and Servatis both in the pits right now. So that leaves 2.5. Noah is also in the pits. 2.5 and Sharky and in Carson, who started late, are the only people who haven't pitted yet. 2.5 is in the pits right now. I assume Sharky breezed past him, and he's on lap 13, so he has to pit this lap. Otherwise, I don't know what kind of magic he is doing to keep his fuel in his car.
That is something to note, though, is through that pit stop cycle, it went from Thomas and Moose right behind him, and now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars between them. Wow. Thomas is not doing too bad for a rookie. Gotta say, he's got some pace on him. Especially that he was able to pull that gap to Holy Moose, who was on one hell of a run. Impressive.
That's true, as Servatis is fighting Gem Knight. Gem Knight was right next to Meister Ponchik a few laps ago, but now there is a 5-second gap, and Servatis is ahead of Gem Knight, trying to shrink the gap right about now. As we see our leader Sharkey finally reaching the pit lane, probably on fumes at this point. As we see a replay of 2.5 almost destroyed Mach 1 Fireman. That was very... 2.5 is sliding around.
Yeah.
Tires?
Maybe tires, maybe that was a little bit of lag. I'm not quite
Also,
sure.
Mach
Mach 1's out of
Fireman
fuel.
is going incredibly slow, and yes, I think he is out of fuel.
Well, there's no other explanation, darling. There's no other kind of car failure in this game.
Pretty much, and I think he ran out of... Well,
Oops.
he's not that far away from pit, so I assume he crawled back. No, he's pulling
No,
over.
he's not going to be able to crawl back on that.
He's
Are
pulling
you
over.
kidding me? Damn.
That's
one
a-
turn events. Oh, this
that-
is not going to end well. Les Scoop's going to dive on him. Watch. Yep.
Yep.
That's never going to stick. Nope.
And that's what happened between him and Piker that led to the calamity behind them.
I don't know what Cubes was thinking there. That was never, ever, ever going to work. And that's what mixed up this whole mid-pack battle.
Very.
As we see Moose going by. See, Moose now... Is he going to lose it a little bit here? I can't see any other reason for looking at him.
Rebel helped him lose.
Yep.
Rebel did less cubes and completely misjudged the breaking point here. As we see Rebel Cowboy's perspective, he goes a little bit wide, and the Holy Moose is right next to him, and regained the position. And yeah, there's Sharky in the pits.
Oh God. There's Sharky in the pits, and there's some Japanese girls' tits. What are we going to do with him?
He's still in the pits, so it takes about
Can
20...
this be on YouTube with that livery? Can we show this on YouTube?
Probably. As Cone Dodger goes past, as we could see, Sharky is still in the pits. Tires take 20 seconds. I think he is longer than that.
I'm not sure if he's...
Maestro Ponchik is going past. Maestro Ponchik is through. Sharky is still in the pits.
miscalculated the fuel?
I don't know, but he's still there, and I see Servatis there. I assume Gemknight is close by. Sharky is still on the pit lane. There he engages the gear. Now he goes. That was a very, very, very long pit stop. And Sharky rejoins 5th.
Wow. Oh, that's one hell of a turn of events. At least he got going again. I was worried Sharky got banned. As we see the battle going on now. These jokes are never going to end, are they? As we see the battle now between Gemknight and Servatis. Servatis holding the outside, Gemknight trying to take the inside. Yeah, pretty smooth, pretty clean from both of them. Nothing too risky.
Which is even more surprising knowing the Servatis patented self-spin and that Gemknight's sponsor is Wreckfest. As we see attempt into Semini 1 by me on 2-5. Not
No.
there just yet. 2-5 goes round the outside to keep
That was
his
the worst
position.
overtake I've ever seen.
Shush you.
Yeah, no, a decent initial thrust down inside, but just didn't have the grip to keep the speed up. 2.5 was able to easily take it in the outside, but you're going to make another attempt, I assume. 2.5 covers, and there really is no
Looking
room
on
for
the
a
inside,
crisscross
2-5
here.
is leaving the door open, and that's a bit of a
But
side
he's
by
going to have the
side.
inside for the next corner. Easy peasy, done.
He will.
Defended well.
Will there be a crossover?
No.
Not quite, not enough speed, as 2-5 keeps position for now.
I can predict the future. How about it? Tomorrow's lotto numbers are. But yeah, no, a nice exchange there. Something interesting, but in the end, 2.5 keeping his head together, covering well. As it looks like you got another run. This is almost like a Holy Moose, who was Holy Moose racing at that time? Thomas. A Holy Moose Thomas situation. Went all over the back of him, but still not able to get past. Hopefully you don't end up in the same way, getting taken from behind. Although, you know, it can be fun for everyone involved as long as it's consensual. I'm not so sure the Rebel Cowboys was consensual.
Yeah, we should ask him. Anyway, the fight is
You should
still
ask
going
him.
on. A crossover, another crossover, looking everywhere, getting another inside line. There is repeat. 2.5 is still trying to go around the outside. Still successful. There was a bit of a dust cloud. There's Biker. Biker in trouble again, losing
Surprise.
spots. And
Yeah,
still,
it seems like that. Yeah, it seems like the double right-hander you can actually hold the outside and maintain more speed than the inside. As far as overtaking goes, I'm assuming that the normal racing line has you swing to the outside in between. Is oops, a little bit frisky there. So see, power super 440. Is this going to be a self-spin? Yes, almost. A little bit of a sliding moment.
he slows down to let others through. That's weird.
That's a weird place to do it, but I guess he realized there was only a magnet behind him, and
As we
saw
see
the gap.
Biker just losing it under braking into the turn. So that's what happened
Yep.
to him.
Probably still has some damage from the hit from behind. So we see Sebi going by. As we go back to this nice little battle, you on the outside this time. going to try to swing back on the inside, but not going to happen. 2-5 is going to hold the position. And he has the defensive line. He's not even going to need to take it. You're that slow. We know how you like to take the inside of this corner, though. Didn't work for you last time. Can it do it now? Nope. 2-5 holds the position. I like shitting all over your attempted overtakes. It's so much fun. As Servatis and Gem Knight are getting back into it, Gem Knight going to go for the inside, but as we've seen in this corner from previous mentioned battle, doesn't necessarily guarantee you the overtake. Oh, no, wrong corner. GG me! Gem Knight gets ahead. Is he going to be able to hold it, though? Servatis comes back at him. These are not aerodynamic-based cars, so they don't quite behave like, well, I'm used to. And nope, nicely held. Gem Knight will have the inside for the next corner, and should be done and dusted.
Servatis is still looking to the left, to the right, all around, trying to find a bit of space to go by. That is a heated battle that's been lasting for quite a while here. Nice bout. As Spiker tries to regain what he lost in these couple of incidents.
What he was forced to lose.
Back
What he was made to lose.
He ends up behind Noah. As I see, there is a bit of a train forming. There is Sebi, there is me 3 seconds behind, and there is at least 5 cars behind me. As you see the train, as I'm going a little bit sideways, and 2-5 using the patented
How did you get past 2-5?
Formula 1 line. It's happened at some point.
Yeah, somewhere.
We didn't see on camera, so Spiker goes past Noah here, and he will be challenging 2-5 and trying to keep his position away from Noah as well. And Holy Moose? What? Holy Moose is behind them all. He's settled for now, and actually looking to pick his bonus 1 by 1 here. For once.
Yeah, 2-5 really, yeah, exactly, 1-1-1. 2-5 really seems to be the cork in the bottle. You're disappearing faster than our ransom to the Iranians, but everyone else seems to be stuck behind him as Holy Moose lining up Noah, and no, not going to get it done. Not here. Maybe going into the right-hander, but Noah covers Moose on the outside. Right will become left, meaning he'll have the inside for the next corner. If he can stick it around the outside, he does not. Does? Noah comes back across. Now Moose is going to try to dive to the inside. Noah surely will cover it. Noah surely will cover it. Noah's not going to cover it. Holy Moose is going down the inside, gets the braking right, and takes the position. Nice overtake there from a resident Swede.
Nice clean overtake. I'm not sure why Noah didn't act aggressively, because it's the end of a race. I would assume you would protect your position.
Well, and he was so robust in his defense in the earlier corners. Why just suddenly let that one go? Maybe he wasn't confident under brakes and figured that losing one position was better than shooting off and losing 3.
And Spiker re-res 2-5 a little bit.
How's your RAS 2-5?
Between these two. But nobody loses any time really from that, as
2-5 gets a little bit slippery there, but nothing he can't handle. Well, he is truly, after all, truly did stay on track, even though he was slow as hell.
That all calamity helps me get away from this pack and get closer to Sebi with...
Well, you were running away with it. I mean, you clearly had the pace. Maybe not the robustness of the overtaking, but clearly had the pace, and once you're past, you're gone. This is going to be an interesting race until the end. Quickly, other interesting thing, Sharky is in 5th, even, behind Servatis by what looks like a decent margin, so I think 5th is going to be the best he can do.
3 seconds and two and a bit laps.
That was weird. Either something got screwy with the pit stops, tires took longer, he miscalculated the fuel, I can't say the same joke 3 times in one cast, so we'll just leave it at that. As Piker goes along the inside of 2-5, inside will become outside into the next corner, but it's a very fast corner. If he can hold this, he has the pace, he has the advantage. If he can hold this, he might be able to make a run
making
from
sure he doesn't hold it.
No,
bit of a side swipe, and that was a bit dirty by 2-5.
I'm not sure. Well, I'd have to look at the wheels again. I'm not sure if 2-5 actually moved left into him.
Well, I don't know if it was intentional, but it wasn't a clean.
Again, these are not aero-based cars. They get light like that a lot. And
Holy Moose, just banging his way through. That was the NASCAR-esque attempt to move the opponent out of the way. 2-5.
And getting banked by Moose is never a fun thing. Trust me, I know. 2-5 though sticks it on the inside. He's going to hold it, but this allows Noah to get into the action. We're gonna have a three-way here going down to the last lap.
Yeah, they still have a bit to go, but 2-5 doesn't have a lot of speed at the exit. He might hope for a job from Mule, but he will have to defend his position from Noah and maybe even Piker here.
To hell with a three-way, we're gonna have a six-way.
Noah is already side by side into the Curva Grande here. I think Noah will have the position. Piker is sticking his nose in this battle. We might have a 3 wide here. It is 3 wide. Piker goes down the inside. Noah cuts him a little bit. 2-5 can't hold it, slides around. Piker goes through. D-Jump will try to go through. No, he gets spun by Carl. I don't know what that move was.
I don't know what that sound was.
He jiggled the car a bit on the exit. I don't think Carl expected it and punted it out of the way.
Yeah, I don't think it was Carl at all. He came around the outside much more rapidly than Carl expected. Oopsie daisy. As we see now a battle between Sebi and Holy Moose. No, we don't, because Maho and Fireman is back at it and spinning. Let me guess. Yep.
Yeah, just loses it in Sorate.
Why we're watching that when there's action everywhere, I don't know. More Mach 1 Fireman. I mean, he's got a cool name, I guess, but what the hell?
He is all over the place here. I don't know why.
What the hell was that? Maybe still dirty tires from that last spin? As we see D-Jump here. Yep. Go for it.
Yeah, a wiggle, gets bumped by Carl.
Yep. Right on the, right where the acceleration would begin. Got light, slipped up, and Carl just did him from behind. Nothing Carl really could have done there.
I think
Carl's going to lose it himself, yep.
Yeah, Carl lost himself where Mac lost it. That's a downhill bit into hard braking zone. That's full acceleration, full turn. Will turn, so yeah, it's easy to lose it there. As I have caught up to Sebi, and there are going to be a lot of fights there. As Noah loses it a little bit into the Tronantino, Piker goes up the inside. Noah gives him all the space he needs. 2-5 is behind both of them at this point, and might get back into the battle. Noah is a little bit sloppy through this section.
Yeah, no, if Noah can get this last turn right, he's got it. And a little bit off the inside, but he's going to be able to hold it easy.
It's not a finish line yet. The white flag is waving for them right about now. The white flag waved for the leader previously, so we'll see here. 2-5 looking, going.
Tap.
I don't know where he went. A little bit wide.
A little bit of a touch there, I think, but very, very minor.
2-5 is wiggling all over the place, but sticking it up the inside. Noah tries to cross over. 2-5 leaves absolutely no space. Nice maneuver. As we see side by side between me and Sebi into the Sorate corner. Sebi holds the inside line nicely, able to hold off for now. There will be a braking zone. Sebi was a little bit wide. Will it... Yes, no. Up the inside, no. Sebi has all the speed. He is still ahead. There will be a few corners left as Kondoji crosses the finish line first.
He crossed it 10 seconds ago, but anyway, as we see...
Gemna, Servatis, and Sharky, yeah. But yeah, nobody... Unlike F1, we don't show the leaders when there are actual fights going on at the end.
What kind of sorcery? As we see, yeah, you two, it looks almost settled. Unless you get a really good run, you're not going to be able to get it. D-Jump, on the other hand, getting the inside of Carl. There's a Walking Dead joke in there somewhere.
D-Jump is ahead. Carl doesn't fight it, really. That's a fight for 15th position.
Another Walking Dead joke there, too.
Noah and 2-5 at the last corner. Noah will have a run. They're running to the finish line here. 2-5 is still ahead. Not enough draft, really. That's the finish line. Noah finishes just behind as we got to our race winner, Cone Dodger, representing Team United States, winning the first feature race of the season.
Yeah, Team United States in the state of Zika with a cute little dog on his car. Is that bacon around the dog? What the hell is that?
I think that's a shirt. Anyway,
that's a shirt? Why is a dog wearing a shirt? Anyway,
you're asking too many logical questions. That's not allowed in this race. As we go to our results, Condoja,
trust me, that's what got me in trouble in the first place, was being too logical. Go ahead with the rundown.
Just under 30 minutes, Maestro Ponchi finishes second. Gem Knight rounds out our podium, followed by Servatis, Sherkin, Mr. Thomas, best of the rookies, followed by Magnetos. and 3 other people, I don't have time to list them. The Holy Moose is 11th, followed by Piker, 2-5 Noah, D-Jump, Carl BC 200, Rebel, Cowboy, SMB, Les Cubes, Incarcerant, and Mac 1 Fireman 2 laps down due to the fuel malfunction in the middle of a race.
Oops. And so, well, no point in really doing a championship rundown since this is the first race. It's gonna end. Wait, hang on, what the hell? Maybe there is a point. I don't understand these points. Anyway, Cone Dodger's up top with Master Ponchik tied. Sharky, then Gem Knight, Servatus, Magnet, OS, Pikey, Holy Moose, Sebi, and Power Stu 440.
But yeah,
you're gonna have to explain that.
Points are given for heat races as well and fastest laps, so it's a bit more than just
What
this
the
race.
hell?
And the rookie standings right here, Magnetos is leading the standings, followed by Piker, Mr. Thomas, Carl PC, the rest are on Smart Pipe, Ollie Parsley, Viperian, Aces California, and James 32 did not make the feature race, so they are quite a bit behind. And with that said, that's the end of the first week in Conelanders League. That was a fun one. Next week we are going to Monza, the draft city, a little bit north of Italy, to Vallelunga. And that was me, Ilya Bawanski, and Matthew Ruda in this race.
Yo.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
See you guys. Stay triggered.